In a busy city where people moved fast and listened little, there lived a man who believed he could understand others at a glance. A look, a gesture, a few words were enough for him to form a complete opinion. He never thought of this as a flaw. To him, it was efficiency. One morning, on his daily commute, he noticed a poorly dressed man sitting quietly on a bench at the station. His clothes were worn, his shoes dusty, and his eyes fixed on the ground. Without hesitation, the man assumed he was lazy, irresponsible, and a burden on society. He stepped away, not wanting to be delayed or bothered, unaware that this simple judgment would soon be challenged. That same day, the city faced an unexpected crisis when a power failure disrupted traffic systems and communication. Confusion spread quickly, and fear followed. People stood helpless, waiting for someone to take control. In the middle of the chaos, the poorly dressed man stood up and calmly began directing people, organizing lines, and offering clear instructions. His voice was steady, his actions confident. Slowly, order returned. Emergency services later arrived and revealed that the man was a retired engineer who had once designed the city's traffic control systems. After losing his family and choosing a simple life, he spent his days observing quietly, never seeking attention. The crowd, including the man who had judged him earlier, stood in silence, realizing how wrong appearances can be. As days passed, this realization stayed heavy in the man's mind. He began noticing how often he had misjudged others before ever knowing their stories. A colleague he thought was arrogant was actually shy and afraid of being ignored. A neighbor he labeled unfriendly was caring for a sick parent and exhausted beyond words. Each new discovery felt like a mirror reflecting his own impatience and lack of understanding. He understood that judgment was easy because it required no effort, while understanding demanded time, empathy, and humility. He started to change in small but meaningful ways. He listened more and spoke less. He asked questions instead of forming conclusions. He allowed silence, knowing that not every truth reveals itself immediately. With time, his relationships improved, his anger softened, and his perspective widened. He realized that every person carries a history unseen, battles unspoken, and strengths hidden beneath the surface. No one is defined by a single moment, a single mistake, or a single appearance. The lesson became clear to him and remains clear to anyone willing to pause and reflect. Misjudging people closes doors before they are even seen, while thoughtful understanding opens paths to connection, respect, and growth. When you judge too quickly, you may miss wisdom disguised as weakness, kindness hidden behind silence, or strength wrapped in struggle. Think before you decide, because the story you assume is rarely the full story. When you choose understanding over judgment, you don't just change how you see others, you change the way you live your own life. In a busy city where people moved fast and listened little, there lived a man who believed he